Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Tyler. This is Pockets Full of Comics. I didn't think a lot about this video before I started it. I just knew I kind of wanted to do some sort of recap in some way, shape, or form of 2024 and just comic books and YouTube for me. So recap number one is this light goes off all the time. So if you've paid attention to the channel, hit me up with a comment saying you've seen that go off a million times, and I'm 10 months in and I've yet to fix it. So let's talk about a couple things that I've learned. First off, I am currently bagging and boarding comic books. If you notice, I'm putting the board in first, and then I am putting the comic book in the correct way, not backwards. Then I am sealing the back with Scotch tape, not packing tape, not in the front. So Alan, Comic Collector Geek, I have fixed my process. I'm doing it the way everybody prefers. I just thought that'd be kind of funny to start with that. So today I'm bagging and boarding a bunch of books that I'm going to have on sale on Thursday night, my Whatnot show. I am doing dollar starts. Every book in here is a DC book, and there are a ton of good keys, a ton of good books. Books like, I'll show you just a few. Some of these, like just awesome Batman books, detective comic books. You guys saw me pick all these up in a recent collection, and I am going to start selling them starting on Thursday with all the DC stuff. So join me if you want, or just come hang out and chat, but that's not the point of this video. I just want to talk about 2024 in general. I inherited my first comic book 10 months ago. I did not own, I had not read, I knew nothing about comics 10 months ago. I had inherited this collection from my grandfather, so then I started diving in, and I have the personality where when I dive into something, I'd collected cards in the past. When I dive into something, I go like head first, man. I take it all on. Like I love it. One of my favorite things are just to learn new things and find new hobbies and hunt for collectibles and whatnot. So this made perfect sense to me. I love superheroes. I love Superman. I just, as soon as I got this collection, inherited it from my grandfather, I dove fully into comics. So I started by reaching out to Mike with Lunch Money Comics. Mike's an amazing person, man. I know most of you guys that follow me already follow him, but he's truly a good dude and a busy dude, a father. You know, his channel is just incredible. I watch every video he posts still to this day. I really got started with my YouTube channel through Mike. So thank you, Mike, if you're watching this. You know, I owe my channel to you. In saying that, I now have 1,400 subscribers, and I have over 100 videos, which is wild, thinking 10 months ago I had never even seen a comic book or owned a comic book. So I owe a lot of those thanks to Mike for kind of urging me. He's like, you should start a YouTube channel. So I did, and here we are, and I'm having an absolute blast because of all of you. So just wanted to talk about that. Another good buddy that, you know, really has just made this fun for me. I text him all the time. Half the time, you know, he can respond to texts in like 3 days, and I'm okay with that because I totally get it, because he's a young dad, YouTuber, worker, busy life, you know. But it's funny, he always like will apologize. He'll be like, sorry, didn't respond to you, you know, been busy. And I just laugh because I'm like, dude, I get it. Don't respond to me. Please don't. I just like word gurgitate, shoot you questions, shoot you pickups, whatever. I just need someone to chat comic books with on that texting level, if you will, because I don't have any friends around here that are into comic books. So that is Mon Comics. Brandon, another freaking just awesome gentleman. So thank you, Brandon. Speaking of Brandon, so if you guys saw that collection I picked up, there was almost 2,000 comic books, right? All unbagged and boarded. And I was like, you know, I'm busy too, and I wanted to keep, you know, creating content, and you guys had seen all these books, and I want to sell these books and get some of my money back. And, you know, I just reached out to Brandon. I'm like, hey, dude, I know you've done Whatnot. Would you be interested in selling some of them for me, like helping me? I mean, I'm doing a Whatnot too, but like I can only run through a couple hundred books in 3 hours, and that takes a lot of night, and then you got another day to ship and all of that. So he was like, heck yeah, man. So we came up with a little deal. I sent him, I don't know, 300, 400, 300 and some odd comic books, and he's going to help do a little Whatnot sale. So check out his page. I think he's going to do a Whatnot sale coming up here in the future. So I know he was going through the books last night. he has a mix of superhero, Bronze Age horror, stuff like that. So check out Mon Comics, check out Brandon. He's a great dude, really good friend of mine, or has become a friend of mine. And someday, hopefully, Brandon, I get to meet you, man. We are planning some trips to, New York, not upstate New York, but just New York in general. So maybe I'll be able to sneak away and we can hunt for some comic books or something. But appreciate you more than you know. So continuing down that path of other YouTubers and just content creators that, really got me into this. Once I got going, I just started binge watching The Comic Collector, Geek, and Steppo, Collective 6. Their content's incredible. Their knowledge base is unmatched. I mean, they know everything about everything, it seems like. Really, really great guys. Still chat with them here and there via Instagram. Alan and I have done a couple deals together. Always a fair guy. So just wanted to give them a quick shout out. So thanks, Stephen and Alan, for what you do. I appreciate you guys in that aspect of this journey. So where am I headed? What am I doing? You can see behind me, most of you guys have seen, I've got a Golden Age cap, some Golden Age Batman, Golden Age Marvel Mysteries. Just found this giant size X-Men in a video, so go check that out below. I got some crazy cool Jackie Robinsons. These are all from my grandfather. And when I originally started, I was like, I'm just going to collect Golden Age comic books. Like, these are amazing. They're valuable. They're so cool. Like, that's where I'm going to take my collection. I'm going to go Superman, Golden Age, and that's it. I love Golden Age Superman. I'm going to continue to chase those, but they're expensive. Since I inherited this collection, I talked to my grandfather about this. Like, I want to make it my own collection and fund the collection with the collection, if that makes sense, without putting a bunch of my own money into it. So that's kind of what I've been doing, and grading costs and all of that. So moving forward, I am going to collect what I really like, not just what is super valuable, which was where my head kind of was when I first got into this, right? So moving forward, I've already said below, I'm collecting the Werewolf by Night run. The first run, I think, was 43 books. I'm collecting that run. Love that. I'm collecting all the Guardians of the Galaxy first appearances. I still need some big ones. Obviously, I don't have them. But I'm collecting all Guardians of the Galaxy first appearances because those are my favorite. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. Probably my top two favorite movies are Harry Potter and Guardians of the Galaxy. So there's that. And then probably dabble into like Werewolf by Night, maybe Tomb of Dracula, maybe some Luke Cage, just the early ones. I just really am loving the Plug covers. I think Plug covers are they're fantastic. So I don't know. I like the Marvel stuff. I've dabbled in thinking about Invincible Iron Man run. Maybe I'm probably not going to go crazy with the runs, just like 3 or 4 that I really like. And then beyond that, I'll just start kind of collecting keys and then selling off the rest. So that'll be what I do. I love hunting for collectibles, like not just comic books, but when I go out, I look for cards, I look for toys, I look for anything vintage and old and cool. But comic books have been my focus lately. So that's been super fun for me. I'm going to continue to bag and board these as I talk because I got a lot to do before Thursday. So I'm going to keep hunting comic books. And I just recently found another collection. I found a buddy that he buys estates, and he said that he is going to be potentially buying a house here soon. And it's an older house with collectibles. He didn't know if there were comic books yet, but he was going to let me know either way. He likes to sell the toys and the farm equipment and the guns and stuff like that. And then he used to sell the comic books, but he was definitely interested in a deal with me there. So I'm excited about that potential lead. And hopefully, turns into something really cool. I've noticed that in order to get, find those big books, you gotta just buy these unbagged, unboarded collections. Sometimes the books are in Ziploc bags, as you've seen. You just got to buy those and just kind of take the gamble, and you might lose, and I get a lot of comments of people like, it's pretty risky, buying stuff when you don't really know what's in there or whatever. They're not wrong. It is risky, but if you get a chance and you can look and you're like, these are all in good condition. They're all, under $1 comics. By that I'm saying like what they cost off the newsstand was less than $1. You have potential to hit some pretty big books. So that's just kind of where I'm headed and what I'm going to do, and I'm freaking excited about it. I didn't know very much going through the summer. As I just said, I was so new, that I really spent my entire year going through my grandfather's collection and learning about Golden Age and grading and watching Golden Age YouTubers and everything, and I didn't know anything about Silver Age, Bronze Age, Copper. I knew nothing. I still don't know very much. But now that I do, I'm starting to notice the things that I really like, you know, Iron Man and Hulk and Spider-Man and Ghost Rider, Werewolf by Night, those things, you know, those 90s type, late 80s, 90s type guys that were around that I watched, you know, more so than like, you know, some of the Golden Age stuff. So I don't know, I can foresee myself grabbing a lot of that type of stuff in the future, just simply because I know it from a, you know, movie standpoint and just a toy standpoint and whatnot. And then obviously I dove so deep into Golden Age that now I can recognize Golden Age valuables, and I'll pick those up every single time, no doubt. I mean, Golden Age still to me, hands down, holds the most value and probably always will. But I think that my generation, you know, they don't know Golden Age near as much, and you know, a lot of people that are my age and below can't afford Golden Age because it's super expensive. So I want to kind of venture out into those other realms, I guess, and learn about it. So that's what I'm going to do moving forward. One thing I haven't talked about yet is one thing that I did right off the bat was I started looking at guys that did cleaning and pressing because I knew I wanted to protect a lot of these old Superman and Batman books and these Captain Americas from my grandfather. I just wanted to protect them. I didn't really care about the grade per se, but obviously I didn't want to waste time and money. I wanted to clean them first before I encase them. So I looked into cleaning and pressing, and you know, the fees and the time involved in sending it and the risk sending it to someone else and someone else messing it up and all of that. I just decided, me being the type of person I am, I'm a pretty hands-on guy. I decided I'd just buy a press and figure it out myself. So I did that. I bought a press, and the first book that I ever cleaned and pressed, I'd have to go back and look. You could probably find it on my channel, and I'll probably tell you wrong, but I think it was like World's Finest number 71 maybe. It was a Golden Age book, like a pretty valuable one. And looking back, you know, maybe I should have practiced on some other ones first, but it all turned out really well. I had great success. You know, one of the nice things about YouTube is if you want to learn to do something, it's out there. Like, I urge you to just go look. Like, it's so easy. I mean, the other day I fixed my grandfather's lawnmower, like tore his carburetor into pieces, which I'm not a mechanic. Put it back, no problem. Took me a couple hours, all based off of YouTube. So YouTube is a great learning tool, teaching tool for all of us, especially when it comes to comics. Talking about YouTube, I hit 1,000 subscribers. Thanks to every one of you. So if you haven't hit like and subscribe yet, please do. It really does help. Not only did I hit 1,000 subscribers, but I hit 1,000 and then just took off once I found this last collection, and we're now over 1,400 subscribers. When I first started, I thought like 100 subscribers would be incredible, you know, and we blew past that. So that I just can't say thank you enough to you guys for all your support and all the comments and all the love. It's really been great. It's a blast for me. So that's a couple things. I know in a lot of this, everybody does like their favorite pickups of the year and all that. You know, I don't really want to do that because my favorite pickups of this year are all the pickups that I had because I'm so new. Like, this whole collection is brand new to me. So the books you see behind me would be my favorites, most likely. I did find that collection just recently that I picked up that had the Giant Size X-Men #1. I mean, that's got to be right up there. Graded a 6.5, and I bought it in a box buy. So I paid $2 for that comic book, which is just wild. If you know comics, you know what it's worth. It's just crazy. So that to me, the thrill of that hunt, you know, finding that gem that's hidden in a stack of old DC books that are unbagged and boarded, you know, but are in nice shape. I mean, that Giant Size X-Men was in these books. These ones I'm bagging and boarding right now. So it's like, I paid $2 for this book. Is it worth $2? Maybe. I paid $2 for this book. Is it worth $2? No. I paid $2 for this book. Is it worth over $100? Definitely. So it's like, you gotta kind of weigh the collection and just buy it based off of like your gut feeling, you know, sometimes. And that's what I like to do. So that's just a little background of my year. I've learned a ton about comics in general. You know, I just think they're so cool. These are some of the books that'll be in the sale. I just think they're so cool and so fun. And I'm enjoying the Whatnot experience with them as well, because I get to not only sell on that platform, but I bought on that platform, and then you meet people in the chat that are buying off of you, and then it just turns into this whole community, friendship, buying, selling, trading, you know, type experience, and I really love it. So talking trading, I've done some awesome trades. You know, I just recently did one with Patriot Comics. Really nice guy, really nice YouTube channel. Fun. He does the same thing. He hunts comic books and sells them. He's a bigger scale than I am, but someday I'll get there, you know. So that's just, it's just what I'm doing, and I love it, and it's fun. I am very busy. I have kids, and people are like, how are you squeezing this in? You know, early mornings, late nights, and lunch breaks. Like, that's the gist. If you want to do something, you just have to make the time to do it, you know. I've always wanted to work out, and I haven't made the time to do it. So like, that's a thing, but like, I really wanted to tackle this. I wanted to learn about it. So I've been making the time whenever I can find it. I'm just making it happen. So I urge you, if you've been like, I've had a couple guys, you know, comment, and they're like, I thought about starting a YouTube channel. Like, I got a collection, or I thought about getting on Whatnot and selling some things to try to recoup some funds and buy some other things and all that. And all I can say to those guys that are watching is just go for it. Like, if you have questions, like, reach out to me. I'd be happy to answer your questions as best as I can. You know, I actually spent like 20 minutes on the phone the other day with a guy that he was over in Philly, and I have no idea who he is. I don't know anything about it. He got my number through another comic book guy that I had met named Adam, and I talked to this guy. He wanted to sell, he's got like 500 Mark Jeweler comics he wanted to sell on Whatnot, and I helped him out, and I think he's going to do it. So it's just fun, you know, to share what I've learned with other people, and just, you know, you guys have taught me a ton, so if I can continue to share that knowledge with someone else, like, it's just really cool. So it's kind of a cool book. What else can we talk about? You know, I built this room in my basement to house these comic books. I originally planned on like fully building this out this year, and I just have drug my feet because I got into the hustle and bustle of like using the time that I have to find comic books and sell comic books and buy comic books and trade comic books versus finish out this room. So goal 2025, that's where we'll go next on this is, next path we'll head down on my goals for 2025, finish this comic book room, tear all this down, redo it. I want a row of Golden Age, maybe 2 rows of Golden Age, and then a row of, you know, those big keys that I'm going to be picking up hopefully this next year. So speaking of big keys that I want to pick up, my probably biggest key that I want that may or may not have already purchased is the first appearance of a Guardians of the Galaxy character. So you'll see that hopefully soon. I really would like to pick up an Invincible Iron Man number 55, but I just am struggling with the prices on those. What else am I looking for? Ghost Rider 5, Ghost Rider 1, Werewolf by Night 32. That's going to be the Werewolf by Night 32 is a struggle for me. I've seen guys on their YouTube channels find that book in the wild multiple times, like, and pay very little money for it. So when you see other guys find those books, you know they're out there and they're available. And are they rare? Are they expensive? Sure, but they're still out there, you know. So it's hard for me to just pull the plug and buy one of those books at cost when I'm like, man, what if I find one, you know? So I think that would be cool. I would say my biggest goal going into 2025 is to buy collections, go through them, keep 10 to 20 books, or even if it's a big collection, a short box that I want, whatever that is, and sell the rest to cover the collection. That's my goal. I want to chase that. I want to turn it into, I wouldn't call it a business per se, but it is really kind of like a side business. I mean, comic books have value, some of them quite a bit. So let's just call it a little side hobby business type thing where I buy and sell and flip collections, have this channel, show them off to you guys. You guys get to go along through the journey. Which reminds me, if anybody ever wants to reach out and buy any books, like, feel free. You know, most of the books that you see on this channel that I pick up, minus those few that will stay in my PC, you know, will be available. So hit me up on Instagram. It's Pockets Full of Comics on Instagram. I love messaging about comics. You know, sometimes it's hard to deal on there, you know, without being able to see the book in person. You just got to be trusting and just know, you know, chat with each other, know who you're dealing with, and it seems like everything goes well. So I haven't really had too many bad experiences. Every once in a while, you run into somebody who counts pages, and you know, I'll be the first to say, like, I probably need to be better at counting pages and stuff. But when you buy collections that there's 2,000 books, and you're moving books on Whatnot for $5, $6, $7, $10, $20 a piece or whatever, like, I'll be honest, I'm not counting pages. I'm looking at the front cover, the back cover. I'm showing you guys the quality. I look to see if it's attached and what I would deem complete, like a solid book. It's not like there's 2 pages, but there's, you know, ample pages. I put it in a bag and a board like I'm doing right now. Like, I didn't even look in this book really, you know, but I know it's complete. I would assume it's complete. And I've only ever really ran into a couple things there. So, and nothing bad, you know, we're always able to work things out. Like, I'm a pretty reasonable guy, and if you buy something off me and it's like not what you're expecting, like, we can work on it. So that's just a little side blurb. I've been just babbling now for 20 minutes, so I guess I should probably either wrap this up or think of something that you guys actually want to talk about, so just listening to me talk. But yeah, so I don't know, hit me up with some questions in the comments, what you want to see for 2025. If you want me to specifically do anything, if you want me to show you the cleaning and pressing process now that I figured it out, if you just want me to continue to hunt books and you want to see what I find, or if you want to, you know, dive deeper into the comic books that I do pick up, or just do CGC reveals, or what. It seems like, based on viewership alone, when I go out and I hunt for comic books and then we come back and we show what I found, those seem to be the videos that do the best. Or when you pick up a full collection, people want to see what's in those collections. So I'm probably going to focus a lot of my time there. But in between, you know, it's hard to fill out videos and keep a video or 2 or 3 every week. You got to have the content to do it. So let me know if you want to see anything specific. If you want me to go back through some of the Golden Age books I have, I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you would like to see from me in the future. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up. Make sure you come on over, join on Thursday night, 7:45 p.m. Central Time. We'll be just selling these. I'm going to do like dollar starts. A lot of killer deals should be on Whatnot Thursday night. So I want to move these books. I don't have a ton of space, so I want to, you know, continue to fund the hobby with the hobby and keep it under control and not get too wild with the quantity of books I have. So if you want to come over and just chat, that's fine too. But anyways, I hope you all have a great New Year's. Be thankful for what you have. You know, everything you have is something somebody else probably dreams of having, you know. So I just always try to be in that mindset of, like, you know, life is a hard thing and sometimes it can be a challenging thing, but just always think from the mindset of, like, you know, where I'm at today, somebody hopes to be there in the future, right? So don't take it for granted. Wake up every morning, put your socks on, get after it, utilize your time, and have a great year. So appreciate you all. We'll chat next time. See ya. Bye.